Okay, we're joined by Memphis head coach Penny Hardaway. Coach, thanks for your time tonight. Congratulations on the winner on advancing. If you would, we'll take an opening statement from you, then we'll open up to questions, please.
Yeah, first, thank you. Just definitely it was a blessing to be able to play this game and to be able to come out with a victory. We started off really hot, and we should have got out of the press and went into another style of defense, and I kept the guys in the press too long. They got fatigued. UCF got back into the game, made it a game, and in the second half, the Warriors that the team is, we sustained, won a good game, and now we're on to the next game.
Okay, we'll take questions, please. Again, use the raise hand feature in Zoom to get in the queue. We'll start with Terry Davis, please, from the Tri-State Defender.
Hey, Coach, it don't have to be pretty. Just got to go 1-0. So what do you take from this game plan and the game you play with Houston for the game tomorrow night?
Well, we have to be more strategic on when we take our chances. Thought we did a really good job of containing them and slowing them down, not letting them really get in transition. They did get some transition points early, but not the entire game the way that they want to play. And they're so dynamic when you do that. So I think that we have to take just being smarter during the games instead of just running around there. We haven't done that in a while, just being helter-skelter. And I think that just happened because we were tired.
We'll go next to Jason Munns from the Commercial Appeal.
Hey, Penny. Any update on Damian? I don't think he came back after going out. And then was there any, can you talk about why Boogie left the game as well?
Damian is okay, because I asked him, could he go back in at the end? He said he was okay, but we just stayed with that lineup. And then secondly, Boogie went out because he slipped on a wet spot and banged the inside of his knee. But he was okay. As you can see, he came back into the game. But he went out because when he went to save that ball, he hit a wet spot and slipped and banged the inside of his knee on the court.
We'll go next to Danielle Lerner from the Daily Memphian.
Penny, you mentioned the fatigue early in the game that kind of impacted the defense, but on offense, there were long scoring droughts and things like that. What was it that kept you guys from getting comfortable?
Well, basically, you got to give them some credit for changing up defenses. They went from zone to man and kind of disguised it a little bit. And then it seemed like fatigue hit us hard today for whatever reason. It hit us hard. We haven't had a game in a minute, but it hit us hard. And guys were just tired, just getting into the plays, didn't have any energy, didn't have any explosion. And for that stretch, we didn't score. And then we gave up a bunch of layups to shoot threes in transition, trying to play hero ball, and that never works. You got to take those layups, keep pushing away.
Okay, we'll go next to Trace Trilko, please.
Coach, UCF dug a hole early for itself, but battled back. What did you make of their fight back into this game, and especially the play of freshman Isaiah Adams?
Yeah, no, they've been on a roll. I think they won 5 games in a row at the end of the season. They battled from a lot of COVID situations, man. It was really unfair, that stress they had where they had to go on the road all those games and play us back-to-back, because I saw them earlier in the year. They were a much better team before the COVID hit the school. They went to Florida State and beat Florida State, so we knew that they were capable. So to me, they're a tournament team. They play really hard. They got scores, and that run is just, we knew that they had enough talent to do that. And the freshman, Isaiah has a bright future, man. Isaiah Adams is a player. He has gotten better and better every game, and Coach has a player on his hands.
Go next to Mark Giannotto from the Commercial Appeal, please.
Penny, after a game like this, just what's the emotion? Is it just relief? Is it doesn't really matter? There's no need to have style points, and all that matters is just a win. I'm just curious what the emotion is when you have a game like this that, was tense and maybe a little more tense than it needed to be.
Yeah, I think the emotions are, glad to get this over with and move on to the next round of our tournament. That's basically what it is. We can't do anything about the game. We won. That's the ultimate thing, and that was one of those. Just get it done, scrap and get it done, and then go to the next game. So that's what the mindset and the attitudes are in the locker room.
Thanks.
We'll go to Mitch Davis for the next one, please.
Coach, just talk about how good it felt to be out there playing some March Madness basketball. Earlier in the day, we saw Kansas, Virginia, and I think one more team had to get out of their conference tournament due to COVID. Just talk about how good it felt, and going forward, do you think it's the right decision to be playing these conference tournaments right now?
Yeah, it feels good to just be in the tournament, because we were here last year and it got canceled. So You know, we knew the repercussions of coming out into this season with the pandemic going on. And it's unfortunate that those teams are having to pause their seasons because of COVID. We understood that when we came into the season. So I'm just happy that we're still playing, that we have a conference tournament and an NCAA tournament, and we're blessed to just continue to be able to play.
We'll take another from Jason Munns, please.
Hey, Penny, how about the performance of DJ Jeffries tonight? He was big.
Yeah, DJ Jeffries was DJ Jeffries tonight. He felt comfortable. I told him before the game how I wanted him to play. So, man, you just have to be who you are. Nobody can stop you. Only you can stop you. Don't overthink it. You know, he has this big deal about not wanting to take bad shots because we wanted to be aggressive. And I said, hey, set your jump shot up with your drives. And that's what he did. Played really big tonight, and I'm really proud of him because that's a great sign for us because we need him to score 15 to 20 points a game. We just have to. And
real quick, you've mentioned fatigue a couple of times. Does that worry you looking ahead to tomorrow that, that this a quick turnaround and it's Houston and second game in 2 days? Do you worry about that showing up tomorrow?
I really don't worry about that because the guys are up for the challenge. I don't think that anybody will be saying that they're tired playing against Houston. We just have to switch up what we do a little bit and be more strategic so that we don't wear them out in the first half, but guys are going to be ready tomorrow.
Take another from Terry Davis, please.
Hey, Penny, you got a monster effort from Lester, a record performance for 15 rebounds and Landers. What do they need to do it again tomorrow night?
They got to box out and come in there and do the same thing on repeat. We need Landers, DJ, and Lester to repeat that every night if we're going to have hoisting up the conference tournament trophy on Sunday. We just need that effort every night.
Okay, we can just take two more. We'll go to Dan Tortora and then Jonathan Elfano. We'll start with Dan, please.
Penny, just what you can say about going through this season, what it's taught you as a coach and how you've kind of had to ad-lib, obviously, as a leader of this team. And then secondly, what the guys have shown you in their resiliency, not just student athletes, but, what they're doing here in the tournament right now.
Yeah, for me, this season has taught me that, what I've known my whole entire life, that you have to fight through adversity. And this has been adversity all year, testing negative, testing positive, going to a tournament, and then somebody having to be put out because they tested positive. So it's been really weird, but also it's been a blessing within itself because it's teaching you that we can still survive in this country. And that's big. And for my guys to be student athletes, to have study hall on the road, to have to practice, to have to fight the pandemic, and then also have to play the games. I mean, you can only just applaud them, man, because I couldn't imagine being 19 to 22, 23 and playing through this pandemic and having to go to school and you can't go anywhere and you got to wear a mask everywhere. So I applaud every student athlete around the country in all sports that have had to play through the pandemic because it's been a really tough year, but it's still a blessing to be playing right now.
And we'll take the last one from Jonathan Elfano, please.
Coach, when UCF made it really tight down the stretch and even took the lead momentarily, you tell your guys in the huddle to get them back on their game and really tighten up down the stretch?
You know what I told them? I said, now it's time to have fun. We're not front runners. I said, we are not front runners. It's time to have fun now. Relax, do not tighten up, still be basketball players. And the guys responded to that. We've been through adversity before. We've been in tough games like this before, so we knew exactly what to do. So that's exactly what I told the guys, to loosen up, laugh, enjoy this moment, man, because this is what players want. They want the moment where they have an opportunity where we were up, we got down, and now how are we going to respond?
Thank you, Coach. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, joined now by DeAndre Williams. Again, with the same routine. Just raise your hand in the chat if you have a question. We'll go to Jason Munns, please.
Hey, DeAndre, big second half out of you. And I noticed those last free throws that you hit there at the end of the game. I mean, we know this about you. You're an emotional guy, but it came out then as well. So just, I would, is it relief this win, or pride, or what's the emotion right now?
It was definitely a relief. I was mad at myself. I missed those 2 free throws in the first half, and so that's why when I made those 2, I had a lot of emotion. because I don't like when I miss free throws, and I know that hurts my team.
We'll go next to Danielle Lerner, please.
Penny said that when UCF made that run and, you know, they took the lead late in the game there, that he told you guys to just relax, have fun. Were you able to have fun in those last, 5-6 minutes, or is it too stressful being in a situation like that?
Now, we was able to have fun. We was getting stops, making huge plays. So in the heat of those moments, that's fun. When you know you're down, you can't try to be too pressured and like nervous or anything like that. You got to just, stay locked in and have fun with it, like Coach said, and that's what we did, and we listened to him, and we executed off of it.
Why do you think it got to that point?
It was fatigue, I would say, and just not really being locked in for 40 minutes all the way, because at the I think like first halves, we was losing threes. We was losing the guys that shoot threes in transition, and we wasn't finding them. So they was getting wide open looks, and so that was the only thing that was hurting us.
Take the next one from Terry Davis, please.
Hey, DeAndre, you last game you had problems with fouls against Houston, but this game can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Last game you had problem against Houston, but this game you played a pretty clean game without doing fouls. What is it going to take for you to play another clean game against Houston without getting the fouls like you did in the last game?
I just got to stay solid. Coach teach me to just try not to play defense with your hands and move your feet. And I can do that. It's just a point of me just being locked in and just having my hands up, not touching the guys, and just being smart when I'm guarding people.
Okay, just a couple more here. We'll take Dan Tortora, please.
Yeah, Andre, it looked like, especially in the second half, you could just have your way inside. Just what you can say about your comfortability inside and around the rim, and just what you can say leadership-wise you've maybe taken upon yourself, not just in this game, but with the team this year.
Oh, yeah. I know I'm a huge presence inside, and I knew I had to step my game up because I had a bad first half. When I was getting it inside, I just made sure I executed, and that's what my team need me to do. I can't come out and have a bad game, so I knew second half I had to have a huge second half. And so I was aggressive at the basket, and I made huge plays for my team.
Okay, we'll take the last one from Mitch Davis, please.
DeAndre, I asked Penny the same question I'm going to ask you. How good did it feel to be out there playing some March Madness basketball? And what is the mood in the locker room right now heading into Houston?
Man, it's actually a great mood right now. We know this is going to be a revenge game. And so we're very excited to get that game back and, to show the world that we can compete with the best too. And just, playing in March, it's always exciting. It's always fun. But at the same time, coach just try to keep us locked in and to the goal, and that's winning. And that's what we're trying to do.
DeAndre, thanks for giving us a few minutes to let you get back to the locker room.
Thank y'all.
Isaiah Adams, please. Again, same thing, just raise your hand in the Zoom and we will take your questions as we can. We'll start with Brian Murphy, please.
Isaiah, what was just said by Coach after the game? Because you guys had fought this game so hard. You came back from 15 down, leading with 5 minutes to play. What was the message in the locker room? What was it like in the locker room?
We were a little sad and down that we didn't come out with the win. But in the locker room, he told us that the reason we were down and like that is because of how much time we invested during the season and how hard we worked to get to where we were. Even though the season with the COVID and everything didn't go the way we planned, and all the scenes and everything, we still gave everything we had to get here. And even in the game, as you could see, even being down 16 to 20 points, we fought. And that's what we've been doing all season. Even when on the stretch we was losing, just the whole season, we just came together as a team, from the beginning of the game to now. Like he said that we're a better team, we're more together and everything. And that was just basically us just learning and taking something out of the season, out of the whole season, taking something positive out of it.
Go to Trace Trilco for the next one, please.
Isaiah, how do you explain the slow start off the top? Lack of intensity to begin the game, or what?
I think that's what it was, the lack of intensity, and us just we had in the mindset of just wanting to come out and play hard and everything, but we didn't execute it out on the court as well as we could have. And they came out very aggressive and trapping us and chasing us around the court, and we didn't handle that very well in the first half until, well, not in the first, like the first 10, 12 minutes, and then we came back and we started to adjust and figure out what to do with that. But I figured in the first 10 minutes of the game, they came out more aggressive than we did, and we didn't know how to handle it in the beginning.
We'll go next to Brandon Hellwig, please.
Isaiah, I know it's only been 45 minutes since the end of your season, but can you kind of reflect on what this year meant for you as a freshman? You made the freshman team for the American. Obviously played a really big role on the team this year. What did you learn, and what did this season mean to you?
This season meant a lot. I came into the season trying to reach these goals and these accomplishments. What was most important was trying to win the games and trying to win and because I wanted to play March Madness my first year. So this year I feel like I've gotten better as a player and as a person, like off the court with Coach Dawkins and teaching me these lessons, and just being under him, just learning a lot from him, how he plays the game, how I play the game. And then just learning from all the other coaches and everything, and just moving forward, taking what they taught me and continue to use my game, because it's a lot of stuff that they've taught me that I can just take in and that I've been using in the game. And there's a lot of more stuff that I have to learn in order to get to where I want to be. And to talk about like what you said, the freshman all team and stuff like that, that was an accomplishment that I wanted to achieve, along with getting freshman of the year. Which it was I feel like I'm gonna say I feel like I should have had it, but just playing and then just making that team and then just being out here being recognized is that just a big accomplishment, and I feel very happy that I came out and just executed and played to what I think I can do.
Go next to Brian Murphy, please.
Isaiah, you personally got to a bit of a rough start in this game. You missed your first 3 shots. You had a couple turnovers in the first 10 minutes. Did you have to say anything to yourself to settle yourself down, or to move forward, because you played much better in the last 30 minutes?
I feel like, well, for me, in the beginning, it was a little, my head was there in the game, but I just wasn't I wasn't aggressive enough, and I don't think I was as locked in as I could have been to start the game. And when we went down, which it shouldn't be like this, because Coach taught us just before how we get down and then we try to fight back. We should start the game like that. But I feel like after that, and when I got subbed out and came back, I was like, come on, like you got to turn it up. Like this can't be a game where we just come out and just lay down. So I just did what I could and tried to bring a lot of energy to the team, started on the defensive end and diving on the floor and stuff like that. And tried to do little stuff to just bring energy, and then the rest of the game just came to me, and just being aggressive and not just folding and just letting them just run out all of us, and just being aggressive.
Okay, it's time for a couple more. We'll go to Jonathan Elfano, please.
Isaiah, I know it's still a long way to next season, but do you think this game will be used as kind of a motivating factor for your team when that eventually comes around?
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like this game, it's gonna be fresh in my mind next year, especially coming and what we wanted to do and how we wanted to play and what we wanted to do this season, and the way it went and how it ended, how it is. It's for sure gonna be something that I continue to do in the off season when we are working out. When I'm working out by my own or with the team and stuff, whoever's coming back. Just we lost this game. We're trying to get back to where we were and go even farther. So that's that's gonna be my mind for sure for a while.
Okay, we'll take the last one from Brian Murphy, please.
Isaiah, what can you say about Darius Perry? Not only tonight where he hit those big threes in the second half. I mean, just ice water in his veins sort of threes. But this season playing with him, what's it been like? Also,
It's been great playing with Darius. Him coming from Louisville, coming here. When we first got here and playing with him, I didn't really know who he was at first. Well, like when I found out he was coming, I did my research on him and see who he was and everything. And playing with him, it's been great. He's a great dude off the court. He's very fun to be around. He's a funny dude and everything. And it's even better on the court. Playing with him, he's a very unselfish dude, and he wants to win, just like me, and just like Brandon and Avery, all the other seniors on the team, which is their last games too, and they just all just very cool people to be around. And on the court, very unselfish and everything. We all just wanted to win, and we were going to do whatever it took to win the game. And just having that mindset, it just kind of brought us more together and more of the togetherness for the team, because we just all wanted to do whatever we had to do to win the game.
Isaiah, thank you for giving us a few minutes, and congratulations on a great freshman season.
Thank you. Oh, man.
Okay, we go down to head coach Johnny Dawkins. Coach, we just get your initial thoughts on the game, please, and we'll open up to questions.
Well, I thought it was a great game. I thought both teams, put it all out there on the floor. They both were competing. You could tell it meant a lot. And, I was really proud of my guys' effort. I thought Memphis did a good job. I thought they came up with some big plays late in the game. Guys stepped up and made some big plays. Williams sticks out to me as a guy who just he had a heck of a will to win with some of the plays he made down the stretch with offensive rebound, putbacks, and finishes. He was very active. And like I said, they won a hard-fought game. I was proud of our guys' effort, and disappointed that we couldn't continue to play.
Take the first question from Trace Trilco, please.
Coach, you got to be frustrated. The team missed some easy layups, 15 of 24 from the free throw line. So there were some opportunities there that you left out on the court.
No, absolutely. The effort was there. The energy was there. We just didn't make plays that we had to make. In a game like that against a team as good as they are, you're going to have to execute better. You're going to have to finish, around the basket to make your free throws, and you have to take care of the basketball. I know the areas that, all three of those areas, we weren't as good as we had been earlier in the season or most recently in the season. And of course, that's a lot to overcome in a game like this.
We'll go next to Brandon Helwig, please.
Coach, can you just kind of talk about how your team was able to get back in it in the first half after getting off to a really rough start?
Well, like I said, I was really proud of our guys because, we had played them twice at their place. And, when they, got going and they had the momentum and they got a sizable lead, the first game we didn't really, we could never, come back. Second game, I thought we did a lot better job of making a run and getting back in that game. In this game, I thought we even did better. I thought I saw the improvement in all three games and how we played them. It just, like I said, they had a little more at the end than we had.
Okay, go to Brian Murphy for the next one, please.
Coach, what can you say about Isaiah Adams? He got off to a rough start too. He missed his first couple of shots. He had a couple of turnovers in the first 10 minutes. And then he really kind of came alive. And for a freshman in this tournament, it's the first time he's doing this. What can you say about his night?
I thought he was terrific. I thought he settled down, and these kind of games kind of mold you into who you're going to become as a player. To be on this stage, to play against a good basketball team like Memphis has right now, I thought he stepped up. I thought he didn't get discouraged when he missed one or two shots. And that's a sign of maturity. There are a lot of players that when it's not going right for them early, they vanish throughout the entire game. But he's not built that way. He was able to find other ways to be successful, found his rhythm, and was able to make a big contribution, for us.
Take the next one from Dan Tortora, please.
Coach, two things. Just what you can say about coaching through this pandemic and how it's challenged you and how it's made you a better coach, kind of what you've had to do to navigate through it. And then secondly, where you feel UCF basketball is moving forward.
Well, I think it was a very challenging season, as you know. I think it left a lot of teams vulnerable. I think I've said that before, vulnerable to everything. I mean, from COVID to, just the stoppages, the cancellations, the postponements. I mean, those are all disruptions that no coach has ever faced, at least in my knowledge, I can think of in history of the game. And so it's been very challenging. It's been challenging to keep your guys together through all of that, because when you have the stoppages and postponements, cancellations, you have situations where guys are, is our season almost over? Is it over? And so you got to make sure they stand engaged, stand locked in, ready to compete. So it required a lot. But the thing about it all, to answer your second question, is we grew closer together because of this experience. We realized that tomorrow's not promised. You watch the number of people who've actually passed away from this COVID-19, and you realize that. So I think you cherish your moments a little more. You cherish your friends, and you cherish now when you used to be able to get together and you connect. All those things got taken away from guys, even from a team. Like when we get together in the huddle, we should touch. Now we all, distant from each other. So there's so many things that have changed that I think we see light in the tunnel now. So I think we're going to, get back to some sense of normalcy in the near future, which I think will be great. But we'll all have this knowledge that, how life can be. And so I think we want to live life a little bit differently, having, gone through what we've gone through this past year.
Okay, we'll take a couple more. Jonathan Elfano, please.
Coach, can you kind of talk about Darius Perry's performance and what might have been his final collegiate game?
Darius, he gave us everything he had. I mean, to come in for 1 year, I'm not sure if it's 1 year because that decision still hadn't been made yet. But to come in one season and make the contribution he did for us, an all-league player, led us in scoring, led us in assists. I mean, I think he had a terrific season for him, and really helped us. I mean, through some tough times as things were going tough for us during the middle part of the season. I thought he really stepped up and really made some big contributions, not just with his scoring and with assists, but with his leadership, and which helped us right the ship, down the stretch.
Okay, take the last one from Trace Trilco, please.
Coach, considering how your team battled back, what were the emotions after the game, and what was your message at the conclusion there?
It was tough. It's always tough. Whenever it's over like this and it's such an abrupt ending, in our sport, I mean, it's tough. And all the guys were taking it hard, staff taking it hard, everyone was, but that's because everyone invested, they invested everything they had into what we were doing. And so when you invest the way we did, you're going to be, it's going to be a big disappointment when it's over, and that's how it should be, to be quite frank, if you didn't come out on the winning side of it. And that's the nature of sport. But our guys, I told them I was very proud of them. I was proud of them how they battled through everything that we've gone through this year, and I'm really proud of how they were able to, sustain what we had these last, 3 or 4 weeks. And just really, like I said, just really proud of our guys, because I know this is probably the most difficult situation they would ever face in basketball based on what we went through this year. And so I just wanted to let them know through all of it. I know this losing was tough, but, just the experience that we shared together, it's something that we'll have for the rest of our lives, being able to draw back on this year of 2020 and 2021. It's been an amazing year. And I think there are life lessons that we'll all take from that.
Coach, thanks for your time tonight, especially this late hour and also through this week. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. You guys take care.
Thank you, Coach.